Welcome to Thursday. Reading today is quite a lengthy one, but I'm going to read it through with you. If you want to listen to me the whole way, go for it. If not, then you'll get the general idea of what to do. Okay? So today we're looking at author's purpose, and again, there's a little poster there to remind you again what the author's purpose is. So remember, we think about the author's purpose is as easy as pie. It's to persuade, it's to inform, and it's to entertain. So pie being P for persuade, I for inform, E for entertain. So the author's purpose. Now today you are going to read the first few pages of an information report on dugongs, and the lessons or the reading is down the page after this. I want you to think about what is the author's purpose. Is it to entertain, persuade, or inform? You need to then explain how or why did it entertain, persuade, or inform, and then complete 30 minutes of your own reading. Now, with the information report on dugongs, I'll just quickly scan through and show you. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pages of reading. Now, you do not need to read the whole thing, and that's what I just said to you. But it's just to generally get the author's purpose. So you really need to be able to read it enough to get and understand what the author's purpose is. I'm going to read the information to you. If you're interested in staying and listening, then you're welcome to. Otherwise, as I said, switch off, go and read the information yourself, and then come back and answer those questions. Okay? Information report on dugongs. Dugongs are animals that live in the sea. They live in shallow, warm sea. They eat seagrass. Dugongs are covered with skin. They live together in groups called herds. Dugongs are large marine animals that are found in tropical and near tropical seas around the world. They spend their entire lives in the water. Although they resemble dolphins in some ways, they're actually more closely related to elephants. Dugongs are found in the largest numbers in Australian waters, where they live in the shallow part of the seas of southern Australia. They also swim in deeper water, but in areas where they are protected from large waves and storms. They're also found in parts of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Dugongs have short tusks, but in the females are much smaller and less developed. The shape of the dugong's tail is similar to that of a dolphin, having two flukes. Dugongs are about 3 metres long and weigh up to 400 kilograms. The heaviness of the animal helps it stay on the seafloor without breathing, which it can do for around 6 minutes. They are a greyish-brown colour and are hairless except for the bristles near their mouth. Being mammals, they must breathe air and come to the surface to breathe through their nostrils on top of their snouts. Their nostrils close when they are underwater. Dugongs are slow-moving animals with little defence against predators. They are often seen alone or in pairs, but can be gathered in groups, again called herds. And this is a picture of a dugong grazing on the seagrass. Dugongs eat seagrass, the grass that grows in warm, shallow seas. Seagrasses are marine plants that look like grass and grow on the sandy seafloor in the shallow, warm seas. As they graze, a dugong walks their flippers along the sand, rising to the surface every so often to breathe. The dugong's head has large cheeks called jowls that help push the sand away from its mouth as it eats so that it never swallows sand. Because of their grass diet and how they feed, dugongs are often called sea cows. About 1 year after mating with a male, a female dugong gives birth to one calf. A female has a calf every 4 or 5 years, and she gives birth underwater. To keep the newborn calf safe from sharks, the female moves to a shallow water that's protected by sandbars when she's ready to give birth. The young stays with its mother for 1 to 2 years, sometimes hitching a ride by hanging onto its mother's back. The female dugong has one teat under each flipper, and the young suckle milk. Calves shelter for safety behind their mother when threatened. Dugongs can live for about 70 years. Dugongs are classified as vulnerable. They were once common throughout the Indian Ocean, but now there is only a few thousand left in the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea, and just a few hundred in Asia. Dugongs were once hunted for their meat, oil, skin and tusks, but now they're protected. Their natural predators are sharks, crocodiles and killer whales. The main threat to dugongs, however, are humans, because like dolphins, dugongs are often caught in fishing nets and they drown. The seagrass beds where they feed are being depleted or destroyed. They're dying off because of pollution to the coastline. Because about 3/4 of the world's population of dugongs are now in Australian waters, they are very important and they're protected in our sanctuaries and marine national parks in Australia. Did you know there's a similar marine animal or mammal called a manatee? However, although they are related, they are different species from the dugong. In particular, their tail is different. Manatees have a tail like a paddle, and dugongs have a tail similar to that of a dolphin. Just have a look at the two pictures to compare. So up here we've got the manatee, okay, and here we've got the dolphin. The dugong. Okay. It's said that sailors in olden times saw the dugongs and thought that they were mermaids. All right, so there's the pictures again. So this one being the dugong because of the tail. So if you have a look at the tail shape, okay, simply looks like a dolphin compared to our manatee here where it's a bit more rounded. All right, now you've got that information, you need to go back up and we need to try and answer these questions that we had here. What was the author's purpose? So was it to entertain, persuade or inform? Explain how it entertained or persuaded or informed you, and then you need to go and do some reading of your own.